Today, I will review the best anime movie. Ranked 4th in the top 100 greatest films of the 21st century. Let's start watching the movie then. This is little Chihiro Hiro. She is moving with her family to the countryside. Leaving the city, they get lost on a strange road. At the end of the road, they see a tunnel. Curious, the father decides to go in. Chihiro is scared and doesn't want to go, but seeing the scary statue next to it, she reluctantly follows. Outside the tunnel, they see a strange land. Dad guesses this is the ruins of an amusement park. Around the 90s, people planned to build several like this all over, but due to the crisis, everything collapsed. And maybe this place was among them. Parents continue to explore the land. Chihiro is standing. Then there. As they go deeper inside, they smell delicious food. Walking further, they found many food stalls here, but no one was around. Arriving where the smell of food wafted, the father called back mother and daughter. There were many delicious foods, but they never saw the owners. They thought they would just eat and pay when the owner returned. Then they sat down to finish every dish on the table. Chihiro was very scared, so she didn't dare to eat. The boy ran outside to explore this place. After circling around, she found a large bathroom. The boy was admiring a train when he saw another boy. He is Haku. He told Chihiro not to stay here and to leave when it gets dark. It's getting close to evening. The bathhouse starts turning on the lights. Haku said he would stretch the time and tell Chihiro to run towards the riverbank. Chihiro ran back to call her parents to leave. But by the time she got there, her parents had all turned into pigs and could no longer recognize Chihiro. Panicked and confused about what happened to her parents, Chihiro ran outside calling for her parents, but no one answered, only seeing eerie shadows moving on the path. Chihiro, scared, ran to the old road, which had turned into a river. In the distance there was light. It was the boat coming closer. Chihiro thought she was dreaming, but saw herself gradually becoming transparent. Chihiro saw the boat dock and figures that didn't look like humans stepping ashore. One by one, they walked up onto the shore. Chihiro ran to a corner in fear. Then Haku came running to tell her not to be scared and gave her a pill, telling Chihiro to eat it. If not, she will disappear. It was hard for her to eat it. And just as Haku said, Chihiro returned to normal. Haku said he would help Chihiro and her parents, but now is not the time. He took Chihiro to hide. Running through doors to a bridge, Haku told Chihiro to hold her breath while crossing the bridge, as any slight breathing might break the spell, and the shopkeepers would notice. She followed Haku across the bridge, where a white-faced shadow kept staring at Chihiro. After walking for a while, they met a frog, and Chihiro's fear made her breathe, causing her to be discovered. Haku had to take Chihiro and run to hide in the garden. Haku said to save Chihiro's parents and leave this place. She needs to do something. And Haku showed Chihiro the way to old Cam Ali to ask for a job there. Where, if rejected, she must beg. Because here, anyone without work will be turned into a pig by Witch Zubaba. He said she might find it unpleasant and want to go back but should endure. And wait for the right moment to save her parents. Haku tells her his name and says he will always stand by her. Following Haku's instructions, Chihiro goes to the boiler room to find Kameji. He is a very peculiar old man, with 6 arms and 6 legs. Kameji is grinding herbs to boil water, and there are many tiny creatures helping him add wood to the fire. Chihiro approaches to greet him, saying Haku introduced her to ask for a job. But Kameji says they have enough people here and don't need any more. Seeing the tarsiers working, Chihiro helps out too, but Kameji tells her if they don't work, they will turn into ash, so Chihiko cannot compete with them for tasks. And tell her to apply somewhere else for a job. This is Sister Lin. She brings food for Mr. Kameji and the tadpoles. Mr. Kameji introduced Chihiro as his granddaughter and asked Sister Lin to lead Chihiro to see Zubaba to request employment. For her to agree, Mr. Kameji had to bribe Sister Lin with a roasted lizard of superior quality. After thanking Mr. Kameji, Chihiro followed Sister Lin to see Zubaba. To apply for the job, taking the elevator up, Chihiro meets the old man god. Sister Lin must distract the frog so Chihiro can go alone. Thanks to Old Cloth, Chihiro managed to get to Zubaba's place. Many doors opened up, and Zubaba cast a spell to bring Chihiro inside. Seeing 3 heads jumping on the floor scared Chihiro very much. The girl told Zubaba to let the dog do the work here please. She said with Chihiro being so thin and weak, what could she possibly do? She said humans are not allowed here, as this is a bathhouse, where millions of gods come to relieve their fatigue, and said her parents ate the gods' food once, which resulted in them turning into pigs. She threatened to turn Chihiro into a pig or something like coal. She asked Chihiro if she had arrived here, surely with the help of someone who helped her enthusiastically, and wanted to know who that was. But all Chihiro said was please give me a job. She went crazy, throwing everything in the room away, saying she didn't want to entrust work to a weakling like Chihiro. As Chihiro, suddenly, her son started crying. She rushed over to comfort him and chased Chihiro out. The girl stubbornly continued asking her for a job to keep the baby quiet. She reluctantly agreed. She gave Chihiro a job contract to sign. After signing, she took the girl's name and called her Sen. She called Hyuka over to lead Sen to her duties. Sen was assigned to serve in the bathhouse and work with Lin. She led Sen back to her room and got her uniform to change into. Sen asked Lin and learned that Haku works for Zubaba. Morning came. Zubaba transformed into a bird and flew away. The entire bathhouse fell silent again. Chihiro is sleeping when Haku comes and tells her to go to the bridge. He will lead her to meet her parents. Sen wakes up and goes to the bridge. She sees a dark figure with a pale face standing there again. It is the faceless one. Sen walks forward cautiously, then turns around and sees nothing. Suddenly, Haku appears, startling her. Haku leads Sen to the pig pen. Her parents are now full-fed pigs, sleeping soundly, and have forgotten everything. Sen calls her parents and says she will save them from here. She tells them not to eat too much, or they might get fat and be eaten. Haku gives her the clothes he had before and tells her to hide them so when they leave, she can wear them. She sees a small card with Chihiro's name on it and knows that is her name. Hyuka says Zubaba has stolen other people's names and controls them, and neither does she. Haku tells Chihiro not to forget her own name, or she won't be able to leave here. He takes out a packet of cookies and gives them to Sen to eat so she will be stronger. After eating the cookies, Sen returns to her place. Done with the cookies, Sen goes back to her room. Looking up, Sen sees a white dragon flying in the sky. It's dark. The witch returns. The lights turn on, and everything seems to come alive. It rained heavily today. Sen and everyone wake up to start working. Sen takes the shoes to clean the floor, but she is not used to it and still fumbles. The manager arrives and assigns Sen and Lin to serve in the large bathtub from now on. While disposing of dirty water, Sen sees they and just stared at her slowly. She thought it was a customer and let them in. Sen and Sister Lin went to clean the large bathtub. Sister said this bathtub is for dirty customers, so it's all sticky, which makes it very hard to clean. Just as they were working, the manager came by saying some guests would arrive soon to bathe. So he told Sen and Sister Lin to hurry up. Sister Lin told Sen to go to the counter for hot water cards while she finishes cleaning. Even though Grandpa was sitting there, he sensed something approaching. The witch felt an unpleasant presence had intruded into her bathhouse. In the rain, a very dirty and sticky guest is entering the bathhouse. Sen goes to the counter for hot water card, but the counter owner deliberately ignores her. Luckily, the invisible person appears and helps Sen get the hot water card. Holding the card, Sen rushes back to the large bathtub. Lin is surprised that Sen got the best card and sends it to Mr. Kamazi to fetch water. Sen pulls the cord to start draining water into the tub. Lin tells Sen to wait here while she goes for breakfast. The invisible person appears again, giving Sen many good hot water cards before leaving. Zubaba is informed that a very sticky god is coming. He is also a large god. People outside didn't want to receive him because he was dirty. Even though father said he had arrived, everyone should welcome him and instruct Sen and Lin to serve him. Sen's first task was to serve an extremely dirty god. But she served wholeheartedly. Thanks to the good water cards given by the invisible person, Sen made the guest's bath very refreshing. While serving the guest, Sen noticed something pricking him. So she called Sister Lin back for help. Zubaba heard this from above and summoned everyone to come and help. She jumped down and handed a rope to Sen to tie around the object, piercing the guest's body, then helped everyone remove it. Took out the metallic trash. The guest praised Sen and rewarded her with a divine cookie. Seeing there was much gold on the floor, people rushed to grab it. Zubaba ordered everyone to stay quiet as the guest was still here. She called for the large door to be opened to see off the honored guest. Zubaba commended Sen for earning Mummy a lot of money. She said that guest was none other than the famous river god. Early morning, when Zubaba had left, he squeezed into the big bathtub to search for leftover gold. The invisible person saw this and appeared with a lot of gold to give him and swallowed him whole, and he consumed him entirely. The manager noticed the large bathtub was still electrified, so he went to check and was also turned into gold by the invisible person to bribe him. He called everyone up to offer food to serve the invisible person. Sen woke up suddenly, finding no one in the room. She didn't know what had happened yet. Downstairs people were bringing a lot of food for the invisible person, hoping he would give them gold. Lin invited Sen down to ask for gold, but Sen stayed seated thinking about her parents. Suddenly, the little girl saw a white dragon being attacked by a flock of paper birds. She guessed it was Haku coming in loudly. The dragon flew into her room. Wounded, it leaked out a lot of fresh blood. Then it flew outside and went to where the witch queen was. Concerned for Haku, she ran up to Zubaba. A paper bird clung to her back to go with her. She ran over to where everyone was dancing, trying to flatter the invisible man. Seeing the invisible man, she bowed and thanked him for helping her before. The invisible man produced a lot of gold for her, but she didn't take it. She said she had to find her friend who was in danger, and then left. The invisible person got angry, threw both of them into the mouth to swallow, causing everyone to panic and run away. Sen climbed into Zubaba's room through the window. She went inside but couldn't find Haku anywhere. The little girl heard Zubaba say that Haku was no longer useful and had been discarded. Then she entered the room. Sen panicked and didn't know where to hide, so she crawled into a pile of pillows in the room. Zubaba noticed something odd and flipped the pillowcase over, finding Mummy Bon inside. Seeing everything normal, she went outside. Seeing her gone, Sen tried to crawl out, but Bon pulled Sen's leg and asked her to stay here. To play with it or else, it would cry and Zubaba would come and catch her. Sen said a very important person for her was badly injured, and she must find him. After that, she would come back to play with Bon, but it wouldn't listen. Seeing her bloody hand, it got scared and ran away from Sen. The girl quickly ran to find Haku, seeing the dragon lying wounded on the floor. Sen hurriedly went over to call out to Haku. Little Bon steps out and says Sen won't play with him, he will cry. The paper bird clings to Sen's dress, flying away and transforming into someone resembling Zubaba. She turns Little Bon into a chubby mouse, and the three heads into Little Bon. She claims she is twin sister to Zubaba and tells Sen to hand over the dragon to her for handling, and says this dragon is her sister's lackey. It stole a very important seal from her. She says the dragon can't be saved now because it swallowed the seal after she cast a spell on it. Anyone keeping it will die. While she was distracted, the dragon woke up and used its tail to smash a cricket bird, causing it to vanish. Then Sen, the dragon and the chubby mouse fell into Cam Azi's place. The dragon hit the wall and spat out a lot of fresh blood. Sen was very worried about Haku. Makari said within his body there was something that devoured life, and he could not help either. Remembering the cake from the river god, Sen bit half of it and fed it to the dragon. After eating, it vomited out Zubaba's sister's seal, and a small black beetle appeared. It also came out with the seal. Sen chased after and squashed the beetle. Cam Aji said it was the witch contract seal of Sen Iba, Zubaba's older sister. It's very valuable. Right now, the dragon had turned into Haku, but he was still very weak. Cam Aji brought Haku to bed and told him how previously Haku suddenly appeared here, just like Sen did, and he asked to learn magic from Zubaba. Cam Aji tried to stop him, but he didn't listen because at that time, Haku had nowhere else to go. And in the end, Haku became Zubaba's disciple. Sen said she would return the seal to Zubaba's sister and apologize, asking her to save Haku. She asked for directions to find her. Makari said Sen could go to see her, but was unsure if she could come back. At this moment, Lin ran over and told Sen that Zubaba was looking for her to settle the score for Sen, opening the door for the faceless. Makari had found a ticket and gave it to Sen. He said it was a leftover ticket from 40 years ago. He told Sen to take the train and go to the swamp station at the 6th forest stop. Haku must get stronger, and she would come back, Sen said. He told Sen to take the train and go to the swamp bottom station at the 6th marsh forest stop. Sen said Haku must get stronger, and she would come back. Before going to Zubaba's sister, Sen decided to find the invisible man to take him away because Sen thought it was her fault. Sen met the invisible man. Due to eating too much, he became very large. Sen gave the invisible man the other half of the bread, and the river god made him vomit out all the food and lured him to follow her. As he followed Sen, he kept vomiting out the food in his stomach, vommed up all the people he had just swallowed, and returned to his original form. Sen was taken by Lin to the train station by boat, while the ghost followed behind. So both Sen, the ghost, and the little mouse boarded the train heading to Sen Iba's house. Haku has woken up from several days of sleep. The witch is furious because Sen wasted a lot of money belonging to her and disappeared, leaving behind her parents. She planned to kill Sen's parents, but Haku stepped in to stop her. You said Zubaba swapped something important that the witch hasn't realized yet. Upon learning that Bon was eating 3 heads, she screamed and ran into the room to find Bon, but couldn't see her. Haku said Bon is with Mrs. Sen Iba. He will go there to bring Bon back for the witch, but in return the witch must release Chihiro and her parents so they can return to the human world. Because of Bon, she reluctantly agreed. After many days and nights, finally Chihiro reached forest number 6. Thanks to the guiding lamp, the girl was able to arrive at Mrs. Sen Iba's house. Meeting with Mrs. Sen Iba, Chihiro apologized on behalf of Haku to Sen Iba. She asked Chihiro how she kept it without getting hurt, and she noticed the incantation on the amulet had disappeared. Chihiro apologized for stepping on it and breaking the spell. She laughed loudly and said, that beetle was put on Haku by Zubaba to control him. She invited everyone to sit at her table. Chihiro asked if she could turn the mouse back into a baby horse, but she said the magic on it had run out, and it could return whenever it wanted. Everyone stayed to help her with some tasks and were allowed to have dinner. Mrs. Iba said she very much wanted to help Chihiro, but was not permitted because it was a principle of this world. After dinner, Chihiro felt worried about Haku, and his parents so asked for permission to go back. She was given a hair tie by Mrs. Iba and told it was a talisman. Chihiro put it on her head and was about to leave when the white dragon arrived. Chihiro was very happy that Haku had recovered. Then, Haku brought Chihiro and Bon back, while the human boy stayed behind to become Mrs. Iba's disciple. On their way back across a river, Chihiro slipped and remembered that, when she was young, the girl fell ill here and Haku saved her. That's how Haku remembered his own name. Both were happy to return to Zubaba's bathhouse. Seeing Bon, Zubaba was very pleased. Haku told her to keep the promise of turning Chihiro's parents into humans and sending them home, but she wasn't easy to deal with, bringing out a herd of pigs and telling Chihiro to find which ones were her parents. If correct, all of her family would be free. Chihiro looked around and said her parents weren't here. She gave the correct answer. Everyone clapped in approval. Zubaba had to release them. Chihiro, joyfully bidding farewell to everyone, she left. Haku saw her off for a while. Haku told Chihiro to keep going straight ahead. Her parents are waiting there. Haku said he would no longer be Zubaba's disciple and would leave here too. Someday you will meet her again. Chihiro runs forward and sees her parents waiting for her at the tunnel entrance. They seem to remember nothing. Chihiro follows her parents out of the tunnel with an indescribable mood. The movie is over here. You guys who enjoyed the film, please like and subscribe to support us. Hello and see you again.